Philadelphia. I'm Philip Neimark, the founder of the Foundation International. I'd like to welcome you to the first iteration of the weekly Ifascope for the month of April. Down here in Florida, of course, it turns into beautiful summer-like weather, and up north, with winters we've been having, it turns into possibility of restoring your life. So, at any rate, this is a very good Ifascope for you folks to pay attention to, because it exemplifies one or two of the areas of teaching over and beyond what the implications of Ifascope are for you, and I think you'll learn something deeper, and you'll learn what's going to happen during the next week. Initially, your Odu is Ogunda Oshe. Hard work, honesty, integrity, not sacrificing anything but staying fixed on what it is you have to do on your temporal side, leads the way to Oshun sign of Oshe, which is the exploration, the curiosity, the movement, the joy of Oshun placed into these areas of expertise. Really not a bad Odu to be wending your way through the next 7 days, but it's even more impressive as we examine the fact that it is strongly on path. It comes locked in here. Okay? Not here or here, though we could always push it and make things equal again, but basically you start with a solid foundation. And the reason I think it's most interesting is that it is the key to what's going on in our lives, all of our lives, because it has to do with ancestors. This is a Odu which is strongly connected to our ancestors and their wisdom. On the other side, it is Idi, which is connected to the total joy of Oshu. And the end result of this is family. Very often you're going to find that when your ancestors get involved or think they need to be involved, or both, that it is a matter of our family that they're dealing with, our children, relatives, our behavior, anything that falls into the purview of family. That's what they're interested in, because they want you to be happy, they want you to be successful, they want you to be fulfilled, but they want you to do it in the right way. And that right way, of course, includes joy and happiness with all of your family. So, there's three things. Here's the second thing for you to learn. There are three areas in looking for Nipo for your ancestors. The first is your primary ancestor, because your primary ancestor, who's with you from the moment of conception till the moment you pass back into the other realm, is that who's always willing to help you, who's always there, who's watching you, who's guiding you, who's perhaps getting a little frustrated with you, but who is lending his wisdom and knowledge, or her wisdom and knowledge, to you each and every day, whether you realize it or not. The more you begin to realize it, by the way, the better off you're going to be. The second thing is our ancestors in general, the whole corpus of our ancestral personage or behavior, and we can deal with this in a more general way. It's a broader way, a larger way. And they're there to help us, all of our ancestors, but they don't want to be bothered. I mean, they have they have a life in heaven, or, whatever you want to call it. And they have other things to do besides watching out for us. They're always willing to do it, but they don't want to be bothered, and they don't want it to become incessant, and that's the reason why we're sent a primary ancestor to deal with all of our everyday problems. The third area is our Ori. You say, well, what does Ori have to do with ancestors? Well, your Ori is comprised, among other things, of your primary ancestor and our ancestors in general, and our every possible facet of our lives. So as a default, we always look first for primary ancestor, second for ancestors in general, and third is it our Ori. If it's not, we go in other areas, and we'll recognize there are other significant factors that are applying here that make sense. But these three areas make the most sense if an ancestral relationship or impact appears in your reading. And that's what it's done. So this week, what you want to do is you want to take shea butter and apply it to the crown of your head. That's your Ori. And pray to your Ori to bring you all good things on earth, all happiness, and keep your family healthy, together, and on path. A white candle, crown of your head, shea butter, and prayer. What could be easier? Tell me, did you learn something this week? I hope so. Check it out next week and we'll see. Until then, love and blessings.